Storyteller brings you Ascendance of a Bookworm Chapter 9, where Myne's fierce determination to reach the forest sparks an intense training journey and academic pursuit. Let's dive. A character is engrossed in reading on a tablet while lying in bed as Chapter 9. "Take me to the forest," begins. The character reacts with visible embarrassment, blushing and sweating. In a snow-covered village, daily life unfolds as adults converse and a child plays in the snow. A bottle-like container is emptied, pouring a viscous substance onto the ground with a pazza sound. A detailed view of a multi-story wooden building with snow on its roof establishes the setting. An unknown character shovels snow, then turns to say, "I am back, Myne." Tiri runs towards an unknown adult who is sweeping snow, and the adult greets her warmly. "Welcome back." Myne interacts with an obscured adult figure, appearing slightly cold but with a warm expression. An unseen character welcomes Tiri, saying, "Welcome back, Tiri." Tiri runs forward with an energetic, joyful expression, making a za sound. A basket filled with berries and foliage is shown, prompting an unseen speaker to ask, "Oh, you were able to pick crayons." Two characters discuss the melting snow in the forest, noting there is still little to gather. A character expresses hope, asking, "That means it will be spring soon, right?" A character expresses excitement, declaring, "I will finally be able to make clay tablets." An unknown character asks Tiri, "Hey, do me a favor, Tiri, take me with you to the forest." An unknown character firmly refuses Myne's request, stating, "You cannot walk that far, Myne, so it is impossible." A character walks away, contemplating a condition. "If Dad says it is okay." A character pleads, "I have GAINED a little more stamina, please," while gripping another character's arm. An unknown character contemplates, thinking, "Myne going to the forest? Let me see." Myne, standing on an elevated surface, asks, "I do not get fevers that often now." Myne, with pride, states, "I only had to stay in bed 5 times this winter." Ah, 5 times is a lot less than. Myne stands up, declaring with fierce determination, "I can go. I will be okay." The chibi character demonstrates her improved health, stating she can eat more and has grown bigger. Two characters react with surprise, saying, "Huh, huh." As an unknown character states, "If it turns out I cannot, I will rest at the gate." An unknown character states, "Well, there are some." Another explains, "But those 3-year-olds are being sent out because they are burning lumps of energy who cannot sit." A man scratches his head, contemplating, as a partially visible character stands beside. Myne asks, "Do not even 3-year-olds get taken to the forest?" An unknown character admonishes Myne, shouting, "Don't think of anything stupid. There is no need to go crazy." Myne in turn asks, "So does that mean you will send me out if I go crazy?" Myne directly confronts her father, asking, "You are worried because I do not have the stamina, right, Dad? What would I have to do for you to let me go?" An unknown adult male with a burdened expression asks Myne, "What will make you think I will be okay?" An unknown adult male with a burdened expression stands, looking off-panel with a determined expression after Myne's questions. An unknown male character pauses to think deeply, hand on chin, contemplating his response. An unknown character and Myne are engaged in a quiet conversation in a domestic setting. The unknown male character instructs Myne to walk to the gate and back for a while. The unknown male character repeats his instruction, walk to the gate and back for a while. The unknown male character sets a condition. If you can walk to the gate without falling behind the others, you can go to the forest. Myne stands attentively, implying her readiness to accept the challenge. Myne processes the implied condition, thinking, "So he will not let me go just like that. All right." A character expresses internal thoughts of frustration and disappointment, thinking, "I really wanted to go to the forest. My clay tablets." Myne observes an unknown male character drinking from a mug at a wooden table. Myne asks her father, "Hey, Dad, by going to the gate, do you mean just go and come back?" Myne reacts with surprise, questioning, "It is okay." An unknown male character says, "No." Myne then instructs, "Go to the gate and have Otto teach you letters." Gunther questions Myne, "You have a weak body, right, Myne?" An unknown male character explains to Gunther that Otto said Myne was smart and suited for work using her head, suggesting she learn letters for less physical strain. Myne questions, "A job that uses my head, like what?" while another character eats or contemplates. An unknown character peels beans, explaining, "It seems you will have more income that way, and it will be less of a burden on your body, too." Myne explains a potential job to Gunther, a writer who prepares documents from home. Gunther thoughtfully responds, "Let us see." An unknown character diligently writes documents, with narration pondering if this is like being in administration. Otto is introduced, with dialogue revealing he is a soldier who used to be a traveling merchant and still has ties to the trade guild. Gunther gently pats Myne's head, advising her, "Since the jobs your mom and I can introduce you to do not really suit you, be sure to take care of your relationship." Myne is deep in thought, processing the advice she just received from Gunther with a G in sound. Myne observes Gunther, thinking, "Wow, the dad who was jealous of Otto is looking like a really good father right now." Myne, with a determined expression, tells her father, "Thanks, Dad, I will do my best." Gunther is depicted in a moment of quiet contemplation. An unknown character asks Thierry, "Thierry, will you help out?" Myne contemplates her limitations, clutching a basket, thinking, "It is impossible for Myne." Gunther asks Thierry if it will be hard on her if Myne can never go to the forest, and Thierry replies, "I know." An unknown character grips a woven basket, hesitantly saying, "Well, that is true, but..." Myne expresses her inner turmoil, clutching a basket, thinking, "But she is a burden." Myne sits quietly, processing the previous conversation and internalizing her feelings of being a burden. An unknown male character states, "As she is now, she is a burden to everyone." Myne quietly agrees that is. Myne kneels, appearing dejected and burdened, with a Jew sound. An unknown male proposes, "I will go with Myne until she is able to walk to the gate. I am planning to ask Lutz if he is willing to help on the way." Gunther tells Myne, "So when Myne is able to walk to the gate, I want you to give us a hand too, Thierry." Gunther speaks, laying out a condition for Myne's future mobility. "So when Myne is able to walk to the gate." Myne with resolve states, "Then I will do my best." Myne with resolve states, "Then I will do my best." Myne is in a state of quiet contemplation, possibly reflecting on the previous conversation. Myne is in a state of quiet contemplation, possibly reflecting on the previous conversation. An unknown character responds, "I see." Myne listens intently with a thoughtful and slightly somber Myne's internal monologue expresses frustration. "They do not even think I can walk to the gate." Myne's internal monologue reflects on her improved physical condition, thinking, "Even though I can go to the well without running out of breath very much." A two-story wooden house stands, establishing the setting. Gunther reassures Myne, "Yeah, I know, let us go, Myne." Effa, concerned, advises, "Do not push yourself too hard. Watch Myne." Myne waves goodbye and promises, "I will be back." Myne and Gunther walk together, with Myne looking up at him, a sense of companionship between them. Myne and Gunther continue walking together, Myne with a contented smile. Myne and Gunther continue walking together, Myne carrying a basket, appearing subdued or thoughtful. Myne struggles to walk through the snow, holding Gunther's hand, breathing heavily. Gunther asks Myne, who is walking through the snow, "Myne, are you okay?" Myne struggles to walk through deep snow, breathing heavily. Myne, hunched and distressed, barely manages to say, "Still, fine," while heavily breathing. An unknown character expresses concern over Myne's visibly poor condition, stating, "You do not look fine at all." Myne sighs. Gunther comforts Myne, who is exhausted, by holding her face. Gunther lifts and carries Myne in his arms, saying, "Up we go." Gunther holds Myne in his arms, saying, "Up we go." Myne's internal monologue reveals her despair. "My family was right. I cannot make it to the forest." Myne collapses from exhaustion, exclaiming, "I am dying." And with a resigned ha, she thinks, "It really is impossible." Myne, being carried by Gunther, asks, "Hey, Dad. So I am supposed to learn letters now, but is it okay for Otto to take the time to do that? What about Otto's work?" An unknown character asks, "What about Otto's work?" Myne acknowledges, "Right." An unknown male character speaks, informing that about 5 soldiers in training have finished their baptism. Myne, bundled in a hooded garment, looks up and questions, "Assistant." An unknown character explains, "It is Otto's job to teach them letters." Myne, surprised, asks, "So I am going to be learning?" Gunther reassures Myne, "Well, yeah, but you will not be a soldier in training. You will be Otto's assistant." An unknown character asks, "Myne, you helped Otto with his work, right?" Gunther explains Otto's workload, stating that Otto found the work a burden and wanted to teach Myne letters to make her his assistant. Myne reflects on her past contributions, thinking, "Yeah, with the financial report and budget last time. But it was just calculation." Myne reflects, realizing Otto was serious about making her his assistant after she asked him to teach her letters as a reward for helping with calculations. An unknown character holding Myne explains, "You have basically been hired as Otto's personal assistant, but children are not allowed to work before their baptism." Myne rests in bed while an off-panel character explains, "You will rest when you are not feeling well. Your pay is slate pencils, so you will be commuting to the gate under the pretext of him teaching you letters." An unknown character enthusiastically states, and Otto insists that there is no better assistant to help him with calculations. Myne, deep in thought, processes her new arrangement with Otto, wondering if he is preparing for next year's budget. Narration states, "That is a former merchant for you, knowing how to benefit without paying out of his own pocket." Two guards stand watch at the open castle gate, establishing a new location. An unknown male character asks Myne if she was able to rest, as he plans to get started soon. Myne calmly replies, "Yes, I am okay." A foot steps down, generating a katsu-katsu sound effect. Otto and Myne enter a training room through an open doorway. Myne observes a group of 5 male figures seated at a large table, wondering if they are the soldiers in training her dad mentioned. An unknown speaker introduces Myne, stating she is the leader's daughter, helps with documents and wants to learn letters, so she will be joined. Otto addresses the group, asking, "Everyone is here, right?" Myne observes the seated individual. An unknown character initiates, "All right, let us get started." Students respond, "Yes." As Otto warns, "I do not want to see any unnecessary." A hand actively makes marks on a dark, textured surface with a stylus-like object, making a katsu-katsu sound. An unknown character presents a chalkboard with 35 basic letters, instructing to pronounce and practice 5 of them. 2 male students diligently write on slates, practicing their letters. 2 male students react with visible shock and surprise, as Myne calmly continues writing on her slate. A male student reacts with visible shock and distress, holding a trembling stylus, as a large hand descends from above. An instructor points at a slate with written characters, while 2 students observe intently. An unknown male student intently observes the instructor or the slate, with a furrowed brow. Myne is diligently writing on a slate with a stylus. A young male student sits at a table, observing or contemplating something off-panel. Myne diligently writes on a slate under Otto's watchful eye, showing focused concentration. Otto instructs the students, while Myne looks up in surprise and another student appears fatigued, with a gashy sound. Myne and another student diligently write on their slates. 2 students struggle with the task, showing fatigue and distress, as narration states, "These boys who have never even held a slate pencil before should be hitting their..." Otto acknowledges Myne's fast learning, and Myne explains, "Well, I like stuff like this more than moving my body." Myne reflects, "I am used to studying, probably unlike the children of this world, and personally I am not against studying." Myne expresses an internal thought, "Well, I like stuff like this more than moving my body." Myne advises Otto, "Otto, it would be better to end the letter studies right about now." Otto reacts with surprise, asking, already?" A hand demonstrates holding a slate pencil, while narration explains that beginners cannot concentrate for long periods. The panel outlines a holistic training regimen, including academic, artistic, and physical activities for soldiers. Myne explains, "Having them experience various things a little bit at a time like that is better for retention, like a schedule in elementary school." Myne contemplates the challenges of education in her current world, thinking, even Japanese elementary students would not be able to handle learning just hiragana all day long. It is even worse for the children of this world. An unknown character listens intently, processing a statement. Myne suggests moving on to calculations. An unknown male character thoughtfully explains that switching subjects is better when everyone loses concentration. A character concludes a lesson with a formal gesture, stating, "That is it for today's lesson." The instructor dismisses the students with a loud, emphatic dismiss. A teacher gives final instructions and warnings, stating, "Memorize all the letters and numbers you learned today by the next class." Memorizing letters and numbers is a very important job. Study time will be increased for the students who do not memorize them. An unknown character expresses dismay, telling Myne, "They will not memorize very well with such a lenient method." Myne assertively tells Otto, "Otto, you cannot compare them to me." Otto responds, I see." Myne firmly states, "Otto, you cannot compare them to me." Myne explains her reasoning, but if they think they are not good at it, it will take longer than needed. That is plenty of material to teach at." Myne, smirking, explains her strict teaching methods. "Besides, we will review, and if they do not memorize it next time, they will not be able to go home until they do. They have to take responsibility." Otto reacts with surprise and concern to Myne's strict teaching methods. An unknown character reacts with amusement, commenting on Myne's strictness. "Making little fledglings take responsibility the second they start work. You are pretty strict." An unknown character proposes to Myne, "All right, should we start with your studies, Myne?" Myne responds with an eager, enthusiastic yes. The large, heavy castle gate is partially open, suggesting entry or observation. A group of soldiers, including Myne, gather in an open training ground. Myne reacts with wide-eyed surprise, questioning, "Letters, you can write." A boy asks Myne, "What were you doing at the gate, Myne?" Myne replies, I was being taught letters." Myne reflects on her writing skills, thinking, "I am pretty much only happy with how I write my name. I am going to practice more." The boy expresses astonishment, shouting, "You can write your own name. You are amazing, Myne." Myne reacts with surprise and confusion to a statement about writing one's name being a respected skill in this world, questioning, "Huh." Myne reflects, now understanding the value of someone who can prepare documents, and why Otto wants her as his assistant. Myne reacts with surprise and slight breathlessness as other children run past her, thinking, "Everyone is so fast." Myne runs and shouts, "Sorry, Lutz." An unknown character asks, "Is it okay if I leave Myne with you? I have to take everyone over there." Myne replies, "Okay." Myne runs and shouts, "Sorry." An unknown character reassures Myne, "Myne, it is okay to walk slowly." An unknown character reassures Myne, "Myne, it is okay to walk slowly." And Myne replies, "Thanks." An unknown character reacts with a serious, pensive expression. An unknown male character asks Myne, who appears exhausted, "Are you okay?" Myne, resting, speaks about her physical struggles. "Gaining stamina is hard. Ha, even though learning letters." Myne reflects, "So I will be walking this distance tomorrow, too." The unknown male offers verbal and physical encouragement to Myne, saying, "I will be right next to you, so keep it up, Myne." Lutz, Myne, and Thierry walk home, with Thierry exclaiming, "I am home." A wide shot shows a snowy, treed landscape with a frozen body of water. Myne walks with evident physical exertion and distress, carrying a basket. A partial view of a foot steps among various plants. A character triumphantly announces, "I was able to go to the gate 5 days in a row this week." The character triumphantly declares, "I was able to go to the gate 5 days in a row this week." Myne receives praise for her improved stamina, with one character saying, "It looks like you can go to the forest soon," and another adding, "You have gained a considerable amount of stamina." Myne, beaming, exclaims, "You did it, Myne. You were able to go the whole way." Myne enthusiastically shouts, "Yeah," in an outburst of pure joy and triumph. Myne is playfully tickled by an unseen character, reacting with intense joy and discomfort. Myne reacts with surprise, questioning, "Huh." An unknown character gently tells Myne, who is sick in bed, "You ended up getting a fever, but you are amazing. Before, all you did was cry that it was not fair that only Thierry got to go out." An unknown hand gently strokes Myne's head, asking, "You really tried hard, did not you, Myne?" An unknown character gently touches Myne's forehead, as Myne rests with a visible bandage. Myne is shown sleeping or resting, with a bandage on her forehead, while an unseen character's thoughts are expressed. An unknown character asks Myne, "Cannot sleep. Then should I tell you a story?" An unknown character speaks gently to Myne, asking, "The story about the children of the star again? Oh, do not you want a different one?" An unknown character tenderly comforts a sick Myne in her bed. Two speech bubbles appear against a nighttime sky, with one saying, "No," and the other, "That one is good." An unknown character gently caresses Myne's head, conveying continued comfort and care. Narration states that at the end of spring, when signs of summer appeared, the narrator was allowed to go to the forest. Myne reflects on her routine, narrating, "It has been 3 months since I started commuting to the gate." That wraps up Ascendance of a Bookworm Chapter 9. What did you think of Myne's progress in her stamina training and studies? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this recap, please like this video and subscribe to Storyteller for more manga narrations. We'll see you next time for